when we assumed office, there was hardly anything, whether offices, whether vehicles, whatever, but we had to start somewhere. Now the starting point was to do an organizational structure, identify the critical staff that we require. So that process has to be done through consultation with the people. So we got the process running. We got on board consultants to help us with that process, but also we had now to plan a county integrated development plan that would guide our development over a 5 years period. You have no staff, and you're supposed to do a planning process.
We have worked well as a team, and when we came in 2013, we had a dream of transforming Trans Nzoia.
We brought on board some consultants who worked with us very quickly, because we were supposed to produce a document within 2-3 months. And we managed to get our first CIDP in place.
When you look at the County Government Act and the PFM Act, it requires that county government should come up with development plans. And in that case, as a department, we have been dealing with this development planning for the county government.
We had to embark on the recruitment of the Public Service Board, because I can't employ directly. The laws say that you need to have an independent public service board. There is a process of recruiting the board. We had to do that, interview them. We got people, external people, interviewed them, we got them in place.
Trans Nzoia is one of the 47 counties established under the new Constitution Kenya 2010, which gave birth to the devolved system of governance. It is a cosmopolitan area 400 kilometers northwest of the country's capital, Nairobi, occupying an estimated area of 2,495.2 square kilometers with an estimated population of 990,341 people as per the 2019 National Population Census. It boasts of 2 of the 5 major water towers in the country, the Cherangani and Mount Elgon towers, which are the sources of the River Nzoia and the Swam River, which pour into Lake Victoria in Kenya's western region. With fertile loam soil, cool and wet climatic conditions, and low soil pH level, the county is christened Kenya's grain basket region owing to its high agricultural productivity, with over 6 million bags of maize produced annually. It is, however, since the inception of devolution in 2013 that the county found more prominence in both the national and international scenes, as the county government instigated major development projects that caught the global attention. 9 years down the line, the county has witnessed major infrastructural development, improved agricultural production, boosted healthcare services, reforms in the land sector, urban development, and enhanced sporting activities.
Fanyi budget ya Khaemba, nafanya budget ya Trans Nzoia ambayo nimefikiria sana.
In his first term in office, Governor Patrick Khaemba laid down strategies geared at ensuring maximum productivity from the agricultural farms. In an effort to reduce costs of farm inputs, 278,587 bags of planting and top-dressing fertilizers were distributed to farmers at subsidized costs.
I take, for example, in agriculture, if this is the mainstay of the economy of Trans Nzoia, supporting 80% of the people, you need it to be efficient and productive. Production was that low. I quickly put in place a team that looked at why production was low, and my fears were confirmed. The soils are acidic, very acidic. For doing monocropping over the years, using the same type of fertilizer called DAP, for over the years since independence, and doing the same type of plowing over the years. And for the first time, out of that study, I said our land must be limed. I've been calling for a national liming program, Because with acidity, the plants are not able to access the nutrients in the soil. You can put fertilizer there, but it won't perform as well. So we were the first ones to introduce the issue of liming, but we didn't do it direct, we didn't have resources. So we introduced a small program where we got blended fertilizer that has lime in it. Went for Mavuno, when we agreed with them, they tested our soils, and the minerals that were lacking in the soils were also increased in the fertilizer. So the fertilizer was being done specifically for Trans Nzoia soils. So we taught people how to do the testing, how to ensure they use the right fertilizer for their soils, how to make sure that the minerals that are lacking in their soil are taken care of.
Kushukuru kwa county government hii ya Trans Nzoia kwa sababu sisi walemavu karibu 4 pia tumekumbukwa katika program hii ya kupeana mbolea.
So we looked for a company called Athi River Mining Company. They did the soil testing and went and blended a fertilizer specific for the soils of Trans Nzoia called Mavuno fertilizer. And we procured Mavuno fertilizer and gave the farmers at subsidized price, the way the national government was doing. And that quickly changed the productivity of our soils. The productivity went up. Farmers started getting 20-25 bags. As we speak, some farmers are getting 30 bags per acre of maize. And that was good. It transformed Trans Nzoia and people made more money.
The initiative led to increased maize productivity by 33% per acre.
Tuweke mikakati, tuweke policies za kusaidia uzalishaji wa mahindi na ununuzi wa mahindi. Middlemen wamenyanyasa hii watu wa Trans Nzoia sana. Watu wamengojea miezi karibu 6, mahindi inakuwa tayari, middleman akija, yeye ndiye anaenda na faida. Tunataka mkulima pia abaki na faida.
Tea farmers have also been issued with 1 million tea seedlings at subsidized costs, resulting in an increase in the area under tea by 150 acres.
Nashukuru ni kwa sababu ya ile kazi ambayo county government imefanya. Hapa ambapo nasimama ni pahali ambapo sisi tunatengeneza miche kwa sababu moja tu, kusaidia wakulima wa Trans Nzoia. Wakulima wa Trans Nzoia tunapenda mpande chai kwa sababu chai iko na manufaa mengi kabisa. Majani chai ikikuwa machua itakupatia, utakuwa unavuna kila mwezi, utakuwa unavuna baada ya siku 7 mpaka siku 10, na hiyo inamaanisha kwa mwezi mmoja kama inafanya vizuri sana utakuwa unavuna mara 3 wiki 3 kwa mwezi.
So we encourage the farmers to diversify into dairy, because if you have dairy, it's doing well, you can get your monthly income, or even your daily income. If you have doing chicken, you can sell eggs, you can sell chicken, but also the crops. So we introduced tissue culture banana. You'll be surprised, as rich as Trans Nzoia is, you look outside here, you'll see very healthy bananas. We were getting our bananas from Uganda, from Kisii and from Kirinyaga in Trans Nzoia. We introduced that. We introduced coffee. So we've given people subsidized coffee plantlets, seedlings of about 1 million.
In any enterprise, it is not right to depend on one source of income. Let us diversify. Of course, the dairy sector is also there. We are happy. The bull station at ADC is now working. The farmers can get good semen at subsidized prices. That, because dairy farming is also very important in Trans Nzoia, and it helps in the economy and the livelihood of our people. So we thought about diversification, and we told our people, let's not only depend on maize. Even in your 2 acres, do even a small portion, even 1 point of an acre. You can even put either avocado, macadamia, coffee, or even tissue culture banana. And we went a step ahead, procured seedlings and subsidized at half the price.
To encourage diversification, the county issued 150,000 avocado seedlings, 30,000 macadamia seedlings, and 12,000 apple seedlings to farmers.
We commit about 40 million shillings every year to procure subsidized seedlings for tea, for coffee, for tissue culture bananas, for macadamia, avocado, and the uptake has been very good. And we have seen that our farmers have started diversification and more so into the cash crops.
In the diversification program, 157,500 tissue culture banana plantlets were procured. hardened and distributed to 4,000 farmers across the county. 10 tissue culture banana hardening nurseries, 2 in each of the 5 sub-counties, were established besides establishing a 10,000 seedlings capacity central nursery in Kitale town.
Kwa majina anaitwa Helen Munoko. Mimi nina furaha kuu kwa sababu hii mradi imetufaidi vitu mingi sana. Ile county government ilielewana na World Bank wakatufandi pesa, tumepata faida iliyo mzuri kwa sababu sisi tulikuwa tunachukua tu ndizi kwa majirani, tunapanda na kumbe tunapata ugonjwa wa mashamba yetu. Wakati huu hizi ndizi zetu zimetoka Jomo Kenyatta, watu wengi wanakuja kuangalia wakishangaa, kumbe ndizi wanaweka kwa socket. Sasa tumefurahi sana, hata sisi wenyewe hatukuwahi jua, lakini tumejua na tunaona watu wengi wakulima wakicha hapa wakiuliza, wakinunua. Saa hii tuna account, tuna pesa mkononi, tunaweza saa hii tukitaka kitu chochote tunaenda tunatoa kwa account. Hatuna shida yoyote.
To enhance coffee farming, the county administration distributed 800,000 coffee seedlings of high-yielding Batian and Ruiru 11 varieties to farmers at 60% subsidy. A total of 1,500 acres were covered, with an area under the cross rising by 12% from 2,140 acres to 2,392 acres.
So I'm happy that in 9 years we've been able to transform agriculture, especially on diversification. And farmers are now happy making money from coffee, from avocado, macadamia, and even tea is now well paying. So on agriculture, I'm satisfied that after my 9.5 years in office, at least we have shown the people that it's not only maize that we can make money in Trans Nzoia. You can make money through other means.
The best part of it is that our coffee last year was quoted as the best coffee in the Kenyan auction. It earned us around 800 shillings a kilo of coffee. This is compared, it's almost equivalent to what is costing to sell a sack of maize. If you have got 90 kilos of coffee, that means you are almost going to get almost 8,000 shillings or 10,000 shillings compared to 1,000 in the case of maize.
So we are encouraging our people to do diversification, but far from that, we have to get our small-scale farmers to mechanize also. You go to India, you don't see people with a hoe. They also have small land holdings, but they don't stay on the land. They stay in small villages or townships. But they have small equipment that make the work reduce the cost of labor, make it more efficient. These machines are available, affordable. We need to move to conservation agriculture, where you hardly do the tilling of the soil. We bought equipment, we are teaching the people.
Yes, when we also came in, we looked at the type of farming that we were doing. Most of our farmers were just doing subsistence farming, where there was no much mechanization. We procured agriculture equipment at the county. We bought 3 tractors, we bought a heavy disc harrow, we bought 3 planters, we even bought sprayers, boom sprayers. We even bought balers for making hay, and we gave the farmers at subsidized prices. So we told the farmers this is the right way to mechanize, because subsistence farming was not paying much. We told them if you have 5 or 10 acres, when you do mechanization, you get more returns. And because the implements were for the county government, you were giving the farmers subsidized price.
The equipment are hired to farmers at low cost as a scheme of cushioning for high cost incurred in getting their services from commercial farms, hence increasing on their returns from farming venture. Through the period, 1,875 soil samples were taken from farms across the county and analyzed, which results were submitted to farmers, enabling them to make right fertilizer choices based on the soil acidity levels of their farms. The Department of Agriculture procured and distributed 25 artificial insemination kits in all the wards to enable provision of the services at subsidized costs. In the period, over 2,900 cows were inseminated, as the intervention led to a reduction of a fee charged for the service from 1,200 to 700 shillings for semen acquired from the Kenya Agricultural Research Institute. Livestock farmers also paid 3,500 shillings for sexed semen, down from the initial 6,000 shillings. With 16 service providers supplied with AI kits, the service was availed to livestock farmers who had the ease of having their stock inseminated.
Na kitu ya muhimu tunahimiza tu wakulima, please tukumbatie dairy farming. At the moment mnaona venye mahindi sasa kama Trans Nzoia venye imetuumiza saizi ya haina bei, but dairy hakuna wakati inaturudisha nyuma. So please wakulima tukumbatie dairy farming, ndio the next itatumuvisha. Mnaona watu wengi saizi wanakumbatia.
The county government bought 10 milk coolants, which were distributed to farmer cooperative groups. This has helped reduce wastage of milk, which goes bad quickly, and enhance more cash in the farmer's pocket.
County imetusaidia sana kwa mambo ya kula, masiwa yaribiki kama kitambo. Kitambo tulikuwa tunaweka kwa mitungi, lakini ikikaa kwa mitungi inaharibika. So County imetusaidia sana kwa kula, masiwa yaribiki, inaweza kaa hata siku 2 siku 3 bila kuharibika.
To enhance provision of health services in the county government facilitated the construction, equipping, commissioning of a twin ward at Kitale County Hospital. This has since boosted service delivery, with expectant mothers expressing satisfaction in the services rendered in the maternity wing.
We didn't have equipment for advanced diagnosis. We didn't have adequate doctors. We had 30 doctors. Very low numbers of nurses. For us, for example, to get in more staff, you needed more space in the facilities for them to operate. We had 2 running ambulances which were very old. They were broken down. Most of the time they were broken down. Yet most of our patients were being referred to Eldoret.
We've been able to support our hospitals through procurement of medicine, and renovated the district hospital. It's now very clean. We are happy through the MES program. We were able to get a MRI, and we also did we got dialysis machines at the district hospital. NDBS was also got an X-ray machine through the MES program, which was jointly between the national and county governments. The leasing, medical leasing equipment program from national government. So as we speak, the MRI is working, but we looked at it and said the district hospital was very crowded and congested. Patients were sharing beds, 2 or 3 patients in a bed. We said, how do we expand and build a modern hospital in Trans Nzoia?
Governor Patrick Khaemba constructed a 400-bed capacity teaching and referral hospital in the outskirts of Kitale town. The facility is already completed and awaiting equipment installation. It entails a renal unit, an ICU, a cancer center, a radiology and an oncology center. An oxygen plant installed in the facility has been instrumental in saving lives, unlike previously, when patients in critical conditions would succumb to their illness for lack of oxygen.
So we took a decision that we need to put up a new hospital. Instead of participating in patching up this old one that had no space left, we just took a deliberate decision to start a fresh hospital. We started a hospital of 400 beds, but the process took quite long. I think it's on my third year that I had to take, because we have to find land, we have to find all this. So we found an old building that was being built as a hospital, got consultants in, developed the bigger plan for the place, got the approvals of the county assembly before we embarked on it. So the new facility started in 2015. 400-bed hospital is a major undertaking. And as I speak now, it's at the completion level. Completion level in that a few areas that we did expand because of COVID, like ICU beds, are the ones being completed now. But basically, the beds are in place. Now in the new facility, we had to follow some international norms. 400-bed facility is supposed to have about 40 ICUs. So in the new place, I have 38 ICUs. They are still being done, but the beds are here.
I think in 10 years, our best legacy is that teaching and referral hospital. Several universities are ready to partner with us. They want to partner us to even to do a medical school, because that facility is big, because their students will be getting facilities for doing practical work. So we are happy, and I think I'm very proud as I leave Trans Nzoia. Part of my legacy is that teaching and referral hospital.
To improve on referrals, the county administration purchased and distributed 6 ambulances manned by trained paramedics, one in each of the 5 sub-counties. Referral of patients from health facilities in the grassroots has since significantly reduced, and a reduction of preventable deaths recorded as patients in critical needs are ferried to hospitals in good time. Further, 6 new dispensaries were constructed at Matumbei, Kwanza, Tuwan, and Nabiso wards to improve access to primary healthcare. This has gone a long way in reducing the distance covered by patients to the nearest health facilities, especially in the rural areas. A modern county health warehouse was constructed in Kitale to promote storage and effective distribution of drugs at any required time.
When we came in 2013, the drugs that used to come from national government to Trans Nzoia was worth 30 million. As we speak now, the drugs that we are procuring from national government per year is 150 million. We did it 5 times. The budget for medicine now is 150 million. When we came in, it was 30 million. So we've been able to support our hospitals through procurement of medicine.
This has ensured constant supply of drugs and non-pharmaceuticals, while allowing the administration ample time to procure more drugs from the Kenya Medical Supply Agency. To provide water for the residents, the county government has laid down over 350 kilometers of pipelines that connects to homes as well as public institutions across the county.
I still feel issues like water. Trans Nzoia is between the 2 water towers, Cherengani and Mount Elgon. Water flows by gravity. When I came in, we had people who had access to clean water were at 19%. I've taken it to close to 45%. Because water flows, but I have very little resources. I have like close to 60 sub-projects scattered all over the place, and we've been able to do that.
We've been involved in the implementation of water gravity systems and pipeline extensions.
A project like Cabolet that supplies Kitale town had bypassed all the people on the way. We have supplied all the people along the way with water.
As we speak, Kitale is sufficient with water, and we have continued to extend even now to our local centers using the gravity water projects both in Mount Elgon and Cherangani Hills. They are able now to access good and clean piped water. We even bought 2 water drilling machines. The county has 2 water drilling machines that the people, especially schools, hospitals and institutions that cannot get piped water, we go and drill boreholes and equip them with solar pumps. As we speak, most of the schools in Trans Nzoia, we have drilled water and equipped it with solar pumps. So the children are able to access clean, safe water and easily maintained because they're using solar pumps. Or the hospitals also same, schools and hospitals, we've been able to drill. And we've done community projects, even the local centers. We go and drill water and equip the borehole with solar pumps. So the community in terms of water has also benefited a lot as we speak right now in Trans Nzoia.
A total of 63 water projects have been established, including the Mount Elgon Kalwenge, Kisawai, Sibanga, Kimondo, Kibarai Saboti, Swam Okad Kapkoi Cheberem, Kiminini, Kiptogot Kalongolo, and Cherangani Kachibura water projects.
The supply within Kiptogot Kolongolo water project is expected to serve around 300 families, and it will increase the health status of our people. The project is actually in the final stages. The tanks are ready, the treatment works are ready, and most of the major pipelines are complete. The cost of the project is 1.2 billion.
Tulikuwa na shida kubwa sana hapa. Hatukukuwa na maji. Wagonjwa tulikuwa na shida ya wagonjwa wakitoka kwa community wanakuja na mashida ya kuhara, ugonjwa ya typhoid ilikuwa juu.
Tulikuwa tuogangi, ilikuwa hata watoto madudi mawakula maji, ilikuwa tunakaa wiki moja hatuogi, tunaenda maji tunasunguka huko chini. Lakini saa hii tunaoga kila wakati, hata watoto madudi imeisha, wameng'ara mavazi saa hii watoto wanavaa, shule ilikuwa wanaenda hawaogi. Wiki moja tutaogi, wazazi hata hawaogi, lakini saa hii tunang'ara.
Maji inatusaidia kwa kufua manguo nini, hatuteseki sana kama vile tulikuwa tunavuruta maji kwa kisima. Ilikuwa ukivuruta maji na kuchokesha sana, saa nyingine inakuwa chafu. Mnaenda nyumbani, mnakaa kata ndio mrudi kwa tapu amosha galani. Hasa tulikuwa tunateseka, lakini saa hizi tuko at least.
This has significantly reduced the distance taken to access clean water among the county residents. To date, about half of the county population has access to clean and safe water.
I want to really appreciate the county for giving us water. Initially, we had so many challenges. The girls didn't have water. We used to get water from the boreholes, and sometimes the boreholes could even dry up. We also had challenges of diseases because of the boreholes, because the water table is a bit higher. But when we got this water from the county, our problems have reduced. We now have enough water.
This water is really assisting us. We have now been able to supply water to all the classes, washing points, and the water runs throughout the day because of this project that was given to us by the county government. The county government has gone further. I think this is one of the schools where they have a similar project, and we are very grateful.
In addition to piped water, the county government has drilled 154 water boreholes.
We have several drilling programs which the county has initiated, and some of them the students are using, some of them in St. Monica, Kitwamba, and other parts of the county. We also have a tank which we've done in Chumek, and a very good project also in Sirende Ward, where there is a good water point which the students are using at the moment.
Hapo mwanzo hatukuwa na maji, time ya corona ilikuwa, hata before corona hatukuwa na maji ya kutosha hapa shule. Tulikuwa tunabeba maji kutoka nyumbani tukuje shule, we had only 2 tanks ziko huko mbele kwa shule tukitumia. Basi hizi project ya county imekuja imetuletea maji hapa vile mnaona. Kuna hii maji hapa hivi tunatumia. After lunch unakuja kuosha mkono, before lunch. Even ukitoka choo unakuja unaosha mikono hapa, wameweka maji kila mahali. Tunashukuru sana project yenye inatusimamia Trans Nzoia.
Tulikuwa tunatumia maji huko chini, ni mbali sana. Lakini vile mlituletea hapa hivi karibu, naona imetusaidia sana. Haya maji ni safi, tunatumia kunywa, kuosha nguo, kufua, kuosha vyombo, kufanya mambo kadhalika, mambo mengi sana. So tunashukuru sana.
In areas with water catchment, the county administration protected 110 springs, including Mtoni Nyang'au, Mogoiwet, Maili Saba, Raymond, and Botakwel Springs, Muga, Sikana, Langas, Nyayo, Kakunga, among others. The education sector has not been left behind, with the construction of 247 early childhood development education centers across the county.
On ECDs, when we came in, the government was not supporting a single ECD. A few of them, the parents, teachers associations were trying, and you would find the worst facilities were with ECD. I've gone to some ECDs that was so dilapidated that if you stand up, you want to go out, you can pass here or any corner because it's just open-ended. Now that's the starting point. We had no instructors. As I speak, we recruited 800 instructors for ECD. We provide teaching materials. We have built 247 ECD classrooms, but they are not adequate. We are supposed to reach 400 for them to be adequate. Yet we did not get additional resources to take care of this.
In every ward, we started with 5 schools per ward. Every year we were doing like 5 schools in every ward. As we speak now, we are doing twin ECD in every school, and we employed over 800 ECD teachers when we came in around 2015. As we speak, we are continuing to add. Right now there are almost 1,000 ECD teachers being paid by the county government.
Enrollment imekuwa juu sana. Watoto tuko na zaidi ya watoto 250. Watoto wako wanakaa katika mazingira mazuri. Madarasa yenyewe iko very warm. Wakati kuna jua hakuna joto mingi sana, na wakati kuna mvua ama baridi pia temperature ya darasa haikui mbaya. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru sana the county government of Trans Nzoia kwa ajili ya haya madarasa. Wazazi wetu pia wana appreciate sana wakati wanakuja, wanaona watoto wao wanakaa katika mazingira yaliyo bora. Pia tuko na nafasi nzuri ya kuweza kudisplay material, kwa sababu watoto hawawezi kusoma vyema bila kuona. Lazima watoto waone na waguze. Kwa hivyo darasa zetu ziko spacious, ziko well ventilated, na tunashukuru sana.
Mbeleni tulikuwa tunatumia darasa la fundi ambalo halikuwa limekamilika. Na sasa hizi tumeweza kufaulu na tuko katika darasa ambalo limejengwa na County Government of Trans Nzoia. Darasa ni safi, iko na hewa nzuri. Pia inachukua idadi ya wanafunzi kuanzia 30 hadi 40. Vile vile watoto wanaweza kukaa vizuri darasani na kuandika vyema, na kwa hivyo ninashukuru serikali yetu ya county.
More than 62,000 students in secondary schools, as well as vocational training centers within the county, have benefited from 550 million shillings disbursed in form of bursaries to support their education under the Elimu Bursary Fund Scheme, courtesy of the County Government of Education.
There are many parents who are not able to send their kids to school for one reason or the other. We know there are national government programs to give bursary. But the way these bursaries are, they don't reach everybody. I've had very bright kids with 350, 370 from extremely poor backgrounds. I personally sponsored some, but as a county we had to put some money aside. And over the 10 years, we've spent close to 600 million on those programs, which basically are not under the purview of the counties. And a few of them even who go to university. But we put more emphasis on those who are going to technical training. They get priority. You're going for driving, you're going for pativate, you get slightly more priority.
With 31 established vocational training centers fully equipped with requisite amenities, the county has supported skills acquisitions for the youth who have received starter kits to start them off as they graduate from the institutions.
We've done 31 vocational training institutes in this county, recruited about 200 instructors. And kids are taking courses. We have a non-governmental organization that has helped us with some of them when they graduate. They give them a small package of equipment to help them start off.
This thing of devolving the vocational training centers has happened in Trans Nzoia, and we want to thank the county government and His Excellency for that particular option of accepting to devolve these particular units, so that all the youth that could not have been able to move away from their homes can be able to access the technical skills.
Kitale National is fully gazetted as a national polytechnic. There was a time people wanted, our MPs wanted the Kitale National Polytechnic to be made a university, but we looked at the pros and cons. Skills that people are learning at the National Polytechnics are also very important, because we have mechanics, we have artisans, we have even tailoring, saloon. Those people get direct employment. Some universities graduates are still tamarking as we speak right now. Getting university education in Kenya is not a big problem, but some of these technical courses are very, very hard to get, and that's why we are proud of Kitale National Polytechnic. Those students, when they leave the polytechnics, they are absorbed directly in the market, because they go to the building sector. Some are masons, some are electricians, some are mechanics. Those ones get ready employment.
I also want to thank the county government, because for a very long time this sector of vocational training was neglected. It was completely neglected. But immediately after devolution, where we had just an enrollment of about 800 trainees or thereabout, the enrollment has now moved from 800 to 2,900.
Nasomea mechanic, na mimi napenda kushukuru sana county, kwa sababu mtu kama mimi niliweza kupata C minor. Sasa pesa kwenda kama university hanye singemeka. Sasa lakini wameniletea hapa hivi na training, mimi naona itanifaidi sana. Naona nikitoka hapa nitakuwa naweza kuundia watu magari, na itanisaidia hata mimi kupata hata fedha. Na hata mambo kama wizi, vijana wengi tutaepuka. Unajua tukua idol, tutaamua tuende tukue wezi. Sababu unajua, lakini vile wametuletea training hapa hivi, tunaona iko sawa. Vijana wengi tuta improve na maisha yatakuwa sawa.
Nafanya course ya hairdressing and beauty and fashion designer, na hatimaye nikimaliza kosi hii nitapata mafanikio mbele.
Mimi ni mwanafunzi wa Chorin Vocational Center. Niko kwa department ya ushonaji. Katika upande ya ushonaji kweli imetuokoa sisi. Kwa upande ya sisi wasichana, pengine vijijini tungezaa watoto tukue chakari, lakini wakati shule ilikuja sasa imetung'arisha na imetufaidisha pakubwa sana, na watu wanatoka mbali mbali.
A total of 766 caregivers for the ECDE units have been employed, while 114 vocational training instructors have been employed across the youth polytechnics to impart skilled knowledge to the students.
With admirable achievements in the basic sectors, the county government of Trans Nzoia under His Excellency Governor Patrick Khaemba recognized the importance of public work, that is through transport and energy sector, by constructing an ultra-modern Kitale bus terminus and more than 165 motorcycle sheds were completed.
My town had no bus park. The one built by the colonialists in 1937, which includes a market, standing on close to 5 acres. There's an old market there, then there was the bus park. So people were parking on the streets, they were congested, matatus were all over town. And we purposed ourselves to take it as a flagship project, do a fresh bus park and a business center which would accommodate the market. But the initial plan was to have a small market, but the main space would take a bus park. So eventually we had to revise the plan because of the new findings to exclude the market. We did the bus park only, which we completed, and it's a very modern bus park. I want to challenge you to show me another county that has a bus park like that one.
It's operational today.
It's operational.
The town was very disorganized. The bus park had been grabbed. Actually, we had to go to court to repossess the bus park, and then we now went ahead, evicted the people who had repossessed the bus park. They had been shared out by the previous administration to people, private individuals. We didn't have a bus park. We didn't have a market. The market we have was built in almost 1937. So we quickly said, how will we organize this town first? Is by having a bus park and a modern market.
16.8 kilometers of backstreet lanes were upgraded from earth roads to bitumen standards and cabro paved in Kitale town. To ensure frequent construction and maintenance of roads in the county, the administration purchased 10 graders, 5 rollers, 5 tipper trucks, a shovel, 2 backhoes, a bulldozer, 2 excavators, 2 water boozers, and 2 concrete mixers.
In roads, the rural roads we are supposed to maintain are 4,000 kilometers. Now, but we have done 16 kilometers of tarmac in these roads in town, paving the back streets and a few of the roads. Because of our ability, community, we have also done some fast tarmac in town there. But we effectively maintain close to 2,500 kilometers of roads. And to enable us to do this, I invested 600 million to buy road maintenance equipment.
Every MCA, we developed a program for the wards. The graders and the tippers they were moving per ward. They can take 2 weeks in every ward, do the roads, move to another ward, do the roads. So the county was only buying the diesel because the equipment was for the county. We were not hiring road equipment. So that was a plus.
To ensure maximum utilization of economic development opportunities in the county, over 367 street lights were installed in Kitale town. 248 high mast lights were erected in the market centers and informal settlement areas around Kitale.
Looking at our main commercial area, Kitale town, it used to close by 7 because there were no street lights. People are being mugged. So we put a program in place where all the street lights in Kitale town were fixed, and we have high masts in some heavily populated area, and every market center, however small in this county, either has the big high mast or the small high mast.
A modern county fire station was constructed and 2 modern fire engines were procured.
We built a modern fire station. We built a modern fire station. Of course, the The original land for the fire station was grabbed, but we are still in court we want to repossess. But we built a modern fire station. We procured a machine from England, a modern firefighting machine from England. I think it costed us some good money, almost 60 million, but it is serving the people of Trans Nzoia. We've been able to respond. In fact, there's a day we responded up to West Pokot. We were able to support our brothers in West Pokot and even Wasingishu. When there's a time there was a fire at Ripley, our firefighting machine went all the way to Wasingishu. When West Pokot had fires, the deputy governor used to call me, and I remember instructing our firefighting machine to go all the way to West Pokot. So we've been able to cover our people. We even got one more smaller machine donation. I think it came from Japan, a firefighting machine. So as we speak now, the firefighting department, we even took our people to England for training how to operate the machine. So as we speak, the firefighting department is well empowered.
34 firefighting personnel were hired and trained to curb fire and other emergency incidences reported in the busy environment of Kitale town. The county economy is expected to rise with the construction of the Kitale Business Center, which is at 90% completion. Feasibility study for the construction of modern wholesale and retail market was developed.
The need for that is land from railway was not forthcoming. They refused with the land. So we had now to replan this small area where we had to do a small market and do a 4-floor market. And this was just done recently. Now it's being completed, the 4-floor market is being completed. The business center is going to take about, and you've seen the congestion in town, that people, all the traders are on the roadside, the small traders. But we're going to hopefully get about 4,000 of them into the new business center. The market, the actual market of Kitale was built in 1930s. Very old, condemned building that takes about 50 to 80 people. So we'll bring that down and move these people into the new place, reduce congestion in town, give a conducive environment for traders to do their business.
As you go around, people say we did not clean the town. But we realize, where do we remove these small traders? Let's first build a market. Then we will mop up all the traders and take them to the market, the 5-story market, and we can quickly remove people from all the streets and in town and take them to the market. So we say let's first start the market. So that is a plus. The market is almost ready.
5 markets were rehabilitated and 3 ongoing markets were completed. Six big fresh produce markets of 50 stalls each were constructed at Endebess, Sihendu, Gitwamba, Kwanza, Sibanga and Kachibora.
Siku hizi unaona kwa mtandao wanasema hakuna project ya County ya Trans Nzoia imekamilika. Siku ya leo wananchi, hii imekamilika ama haijakamilika? Si imekamilika. Na ndio tumeambia waziri sasa tunataka tuongeze kiosks around hapa nje ili wamama wakuje waendelee, hata vijana ambaye nyinyi mmezaa. So unataka nafasi? Si mko na wasichana?
2 medium fresh produce markets of 32 stalls, each at Mitume into 1 ward and Kapkoi in Keyo ward were also constructed.
Trans Nzoia is a cosmopolitan. All the tribes are found in Trans Nzoia. Before we came in, there were always skirmishes, especially with the border with the Pokot, and internal hostilities here, quiet hostilities between communities. But I think we have succeeded in creating very peaceful coexistence because we have impressed everybody on board. We have good relations, say, with the Pokot government along the border. When we do projects, even roads, sometimes we also extend the roads to them with boreholes. So we are coexisting very well, and I think this is one of the major things I would say I will have left behind. People have to build on that.
Trans Nzoia County is a home of diverse communities. The administration recognized the efforts of different communities by preserving cultural and heritage sites, including 4 caves, 2 landscapes, 2 historical sites, and sensitized the community on the importance of preserving them.
We want to say the peace and tranquility we have enjoyed in Trans Nzoia is because of the leadership in Trans Nzoia. In 2007, we had a few issues in Trans Nzoia, which was tribal. It's called tribal clashes. But when we came into office, we said Trans Nzoia ni Kenya ndogo. Trans Nzoia is a small Kenya. All communities are in Trans Nzoia. Name all the communities in Kenya, you'll find them in Trans Nzoia. So we said even the leadership, we will not appoint leaders from one community. So we made sure even the governor, the deputy governor, the senator comes from different communities. So we made sure all the major communities got into leadership. 2013, the governor came from the Luya community, deputy governor, the Kalenjin community, and the senator was from the Sabot community. So every community, major community was happy they were in leadership. When we came down to appointing the CECs and chief officers, we even now went down to the local communities, like the Turkana. We had a CEC who was a Turkana, we had a CEC who was a Kikuyu. We made sure that the chief officers, we had Kikuyus, Turkanas, all communities that live in Trans Nzoia felt that they were part and parcel of the leadership in Trans Nzoia. And I think that's what held Trans Nzoia together.
Further, the administration formed a community council of elders and held a cultural festival for all communities living in Trans Nzoia County. The county government also held social activities, including Miss Tourism, football tournament, and other activities that were supposed to engage the youth.
Certainly, we've had targeted projects for the youth and for the women. But again, as I said, inadequate resources. Youth come are border people. We build sheds for them, close to 300 sheds. We've started circles with the support. We supported each circle with the 500 county-based circles, sub-county-based circles, and then the county-based one. We helped them with the driving school just to get them going. The youth, we ensure they get some work in the county, but the unfortunate thing is some of them get the job and subcontract. Women groups, we have also reached out to them. And here I have a program in agriculture called Inarage, where we are the 3rd best performing county. People have formed small groups with some projects, milk coolers, doing tomatoes, processing. We are the 3rd best performing county in the country under that program.
I know a community cannot develop without the youth. And we built several talents. We are happy. Last year, I think the Miss Tourism Kenya was Miss Tourism Kenya came from Trans Nzoia, and we are also they also helped us showcase and market Trans Nzoia.
At least 1,322 registered youth and women groups across the county were financially empowered with loans worth 126,834,000 shillings to boost their micro businesses. Trans Nzoia County, being a scenery of beauty, boasts of multiple game reserves and other tourist attraction sites. The beauty of nature makes Trans Nzoia a county to invest in.
You can have somebody come and set up an avocado oil plant, processing plant. Macadamia is increasing, even coffee. You can have somebody add value on coffee, just the way tea, we pick tea here and we have 2 factories that add value, process the value, the tea. We can still do that.
Trans Nzoia administration, lands, housing, physical planning and urban development department ensured smooth facilitation and processing of 21,879 title deeds, while 10,000 land parcels were surveyed for issuance of title deeds.
For the illegal land that people have took, we are sorry, your days are numbered, and very soon. We have very prime agricultural land, like for the agriculture AMS station was grabbed. Kitale Technical has lost some land where we have built the referral hospital. Part of it was public land, but we are still discussing and we want to follow the legal procedures. We don't want to do any shortcuts. But anything that was public, we are sure in future, the way the railway land was brought back, all the land will come back and the people of Trans Nzoia will be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And even our children will get a place. Like we need an Uhuru Park in Trans Nzoia. I mean, a park where our children will be going for a retreat and to relax.
Market centers and other public utilities were surveyed and county land surveys records were transferred from Eldoret to Kitale registry.
In this position of governor, this one of the lessons is that for devolution to work, it needs a lot of goodwill for every Kenyan and from every institution in this country. People don't have to fight but support devolution until it matures. If it's a small kid, we are trying to settle in and you are giving us blows and kicks, obviously the progress will not be there. That is the first lesson and that's my appeal. Secondly, we need adequate resources to cater for the functions that are devolved. Our national government has basically refused to assess and cost those functions so that money follows the functions. Very critical.
Anybody misusing public money should be able to face the full force of the law. And the Auditor General should do their offices and give recommendations so that we can safeguard devolution. Devolution is good. The way CDF came is a good idea. Devolution is even a better idea for Kenyans. And I'm sure we can make devolution better. That will empower and the people, communities will feel the impact of devolution faster and better than even the projects of the national government.